think the first time you do anything like that, I remember, like I said, I almost compared it to another debut. I remember after my test debut, after day one, I was just knackered and we barely did anything. I think we fielded for a few overs. So I think so it's good to get that first one out of the way and get that first win on the board. And I think, yeah, like I said, it's just about having the two things separate. I've obviously got time in the nets where you can go work on your game, but then as soon as you're back in the changing room, you can go and be the captain and the leader again there. So that's something that I've spoken to someone like Joe Root about as well. Obviously, a very, very successful England captain who obviously did Joe Root things with the bat throughout. So hopefully, yeah, like I said, over the next couple of weeks, I can go and put some good scores together for the team. But yeah, I think the first one was probably a bit of learning for me into how to manage the two things separately. But it can also be a positive as well. I think engaging your brain while you're in the field into sort of field placings and what bowlers to use and when can also, over the course of the next two games, potentially be a positive as well. So I don't see it as a negative on my batting. Obviously, it's 2 more weeks of it, so it's not like I'm staring down the barrel of some long fatigue. It's something that I've really enjoyed so far. So yeah, hopefully I can, like I said, reward the runs with some team this week and next week as well.
Absolutely. You mentioned Joe Root there, and he does feel like a constant in this team. I think it's down to 4 players now here who were playing in the last test of the last summer. I mean, there's lots of reasons for that turnover. But I wonder the challenge of keeping the continuity of the philosophy in the team when the personnel are changing so much.
Yeah, I think we obviously have made some slight adjustments. There's obviously been a couple of injuries as well, obviously with Stokes and of Zach up top. And they're just unfortunate injuries that happen. But at the same time, it's a great opportunity for other guys to come in and get a go that they deserve and have earned as well. And I think, obviously, with what Brendan did leading into this summer, he made some pretty brutal changes that he saw that are going to take the team into a better place getting forward. And I think we showed last week, I know we don't use the term baseball, but we played a different style of cricket, and I think that's something that can keep taking us forward as a team. And when we can be ruthless, we've got to try and be ruthless just to win as many games as possible. And other days we'll go out and score a little bit more freely and potentially take the wickets in a shorter amount of time. So I think it's a credit to the guys that have come in. Obviously Jamie Smith as well, the way he played in both innings is a credit to him and shows that we're really sort of taking this team forward now.
Right. Just finally from me, I just wanted to mention Sri Lanka because I think he played seriously well on that. But I think it felt to me watching that maybe this was a step up compared to the 3 test matches you had at the start of this summer. And they'll be confident now, and they've got perhaps the weather they enjoy. It's a serious challenge against this Sri Lankan team, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we don't take any team lightly. Even that West Indies series, there were days in which where they had really good days, and I guess we're neck and neck almost after 2 days, and we managed to play the slightly better cricket over the course of the 5 days in each of the test matches. So I think that's good that we're getting pushed, and like you said, Sri Lanka were impressive last week. I think especially the way they batted. I guess when you come to England, you expect different conditions, and I guess the conditions weren't your classic English style pitches, but at the same time, for the guys to go and put together some good scores and set us a chase from a 100 deficit is credit to them as well. But I think, yeah, hopefully we can just keep getting better, and I'm sure that they'll be confident and they'll feel strong. But if we can play our best cricket, hopefully come out on the right side of the result again.
Hi, Ollie. You mentioned that you've really enjoyed getting stuck in the captaincy. I was just wondering what bits you really enjoy and what bits you maybe not enjoying so much.
I wouldn't say there's firstly nothing I didn't enjoy about it. It's just different. Like I said, rather than worrying about your catching and some ideas for Stokes, you've got a lot more to think about. So that's a different side of thing. I wouldn't say I didn't enjoy it at all. And I think, yeah, just the challenge of trying to work with the bowlers to take 20 wickets in the test match on a pitch that, I guess, once the ball got past 15, 20 overs was fairly unresponsive off the pitch. So I enjoyed the challenge of that and enjoyed using my cricket brain to try and help the team get those 20 wickets. And I think credit to the bowlers for how they bowled and stuck to the plans. And like I said, I've got some good guys to lean on in that changing room and on the pitch to help me out when I'm out there. So yeah, no, I'd like obviously some more runs over the course of the series, but yeah, hopefully that's something that's going to come this week and next.
Does it give you more appetite to do it in future, if not for England, but for other teams as well?
Yeah, I'm always keen on sort of standing up and being a leader for whatever team I do play for. So yeah, like I said, this is still Stokes' team, but it's a great experience for me and to hopefully do really well over the course of this series and also learn some lessons and have some time for reflection after. So yeah, I enjoy being a leader within the changing room and using my cricket brain when I need to as well.
Ollie, how encouraging has it been to see Ben Stokes back in the nets over the past couple of days?
Yeah, it's been good. He's obviously pretty keen to. He wishes he was out there, but no, it's a good sign going forward. He's obviously still a fair while away off playing, and he's not trying to play as a batter in a first slip just yet. Anyway, so no, but it's great to see. And injuries are never ideal, but they're also great chances for people to keep improving their game and have a little bit of time of reflection and think about what he can work on in his game. And I'm sure that's exactly what he's doing in the nets and going into, I guess, that Pakistan series and then into New Zealand, he's going to be as fresh as anyone. So, no, it's good to see.
I think Zach was here yesterday as well. Is it sort of a conscious thing to try and keep injured guys around the squad so they keep a bit of a feel of things? Yeah,
absolutely. I guess it's great. It's great to have those guys around. Obviously, Stokes is around for the series, and to see Zach yesterday, I mean, I know he's gutted. He's not here playing in these test matches, but for him to pop in and catch up with the guys is great, and it's good it kind of shows where we're at as a squad and how we're a tight-knit unit, and we want to keep driving that forward because I think that helps us on the pitch as well.
Ollie, you mentioned you'd asked Joe about sort of advice on captaining and batting. What did he say?
I think we just spoke about how it is more taxing in the field, but it's just finding a little routine and doing small certain things which it's nothing massive, just finding a way just to, I guess once you do get your pads on and sit there waiting to bat, is just trying to get into your old routine of how you do go out and bat, and people do different things before they bat, some watch, some don't, and those kind of things. So it's just making sure that I just keep doing what has brought success for me over the last couple of years, and just having that on repeat, and it's just, you might be a bit fatigued, but I think, yeah, it's only a positive as well. Like I said, it's not going to be, we've got two more weeks of the series, so it's not like I'm saying I'm fatigued about it, but it's just, yeah, just finding a way to compartmentalise the two. And chatting to Ruti, he's obviously got a great cricket brain and England's best batter, so we just bounce off a few ideas off each other.
You're only doing the job for a short amount of time. I'm not asking you if you want to do it in the long term, but what is your perspective of people who do this full time? Like, have you been able to switch off? Have you been able to sleep well? Like, can you imagine what it must be like to be England captain?
Yeah. I think that's probably the important thing, and I think you get it as your career goes on. I think it's for Test cricketers, what I struggled with early in my career. I guess I had a pretty average first probably 20 odd games, and I probably struggled getting away from the game a little bit too much. I was pretty young and trying to find my way, and I was really eager to be successful and to put winning contributions towards a team. So I think that probably got a little bit too much for me at the time when I was younger. So I think now as a Test cricketer, I've learned, and I think in this environment as well, it's a lot easier to find ways to switch off and to freshen up. And you might have that slight bit of more fatigue being captain of your side, but I guess it goes back to those same strategies of finding a way to get away from the game and really making the most of your time off. Because once you're in the mix of it, it's going to be fairly tiring. So yeah, it just puts a bit more emphasis on the time where you can actually get away from cricket and not even think about it for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, Sri Lanka coming after loss, and you are one up in the series. So Lords is pretty much good wicket for them. That as the fast, you're concerned about the fast track record. So do you have any new plans against them, or stick to the same basics that you had on the Old Trafford?
Yeah, no, I wouldn't say there's any specific plans. It's somewhere where we played a fair bit of cricket and had some decent success over the last couple of years, but I don't think the venue necessarily makes too much of a difference for us. We just try try and play our best cricket and go out, try and take 20 wickets and get as many runs, and try and keep it as simple as we can over the week that's coming up. So if we can play our best cricket, like I said, hopefully come outside on the right side of the result.
Thank you. Ollie, you stay there when the UK win for 5 minutes. Thank you, everyone.
No, not really. I think leading into the game, what I did last week was pretty much exactly the same as I've done, I guess, in the first series especially. So it's not really about changing it. It's just making sure that mindset, I guess, like I said, your captain and your batter. So I guess it's making sure you've got the energy to go out and score some good runs as well. I quite like just having sort of half an eye on it and then keeping an eye on what's happening on the TV, because I guess you can see if the ball's swinging or seaming around a bit. So just having half an eye. But then I think I know what works well for me is just staying pretty chilled when I'm watching and having conversations with the guys, and then because you can't score your runs up there before you go out and bat. So it's probably what I've learned over the last year or 2 years, I guess, is if you can save as much energy for when you're out in the middle, rather than just watching every single ball too closely. That's probably the main thing.
You talk about compartmentalising. You think about captaincy, or how did that?
That's probably probably one of the things that I can improve on this week and the next is making sure that I don't do that, because I guess you walk off the pitch, like you said, when you're batting 3, you've got get your pad straight on, and you know you could be in whenever. So I think that's probably the main thing, is actually not worrying about it, but not thinking about all the decisions you just made on the pitch. It's just going, right, now it's time to bat, and we can have a chat about what you did on the pitch in the day. If there's things you did well or bad, you can reflect on that at the end of the day's play.
How do you find CRS?
Yeah, I don't think I've got a great record so far. But to be honest, I think because we didn't really, there was a couple of edges behind where I kind of thought they didn't hit it, but I guess we had them 7 down, and I thought we had 3, so I thought it was worth a look, especially with them, and we just won LBW. So I think it's something that when you've got 3 in hand at the end of the innings, I was keen just to have a look. But yeah, I know Jamie Smith's got a good eye for it with the LBWs over the next couple of weeks, so hopefully my track record can improve.
Do you think the bowlers were faster?
Yeah, everyone. They all want a review, don't they? They all want that extra wicket. But I think generally, they were alright. I'd normally go to the keeper side, because I know Jamie's got a good eye for it behind the stumps, and then if the bowler likes it as well, if it's swung a bit and straightened a bit. So I'll just keep it nice and simple this week, and yeah, hopefully get on the right side of him.
How do you find